Welcome to Mother-Daughter Projects. I'm Steph.
I'm Vicki.
And this is Tosh. So today we're actually going to make underbed storage boxes out of scrap wood.
Well, originally, Steph had always wanted to make a pallet bed frame to match this headboard just right here. But she decided for a variety of reasons, one being the price of lumber right now, and she decided not to build it, so she went with plan B, and that was...
I bought a metal bed frame, nice and sturdy, and it worked out great, and I actually got a new mattress as well, so now there's a lot of extra storage underneath my bed, or space underneath my bed. So we decided to challenge ourselves to only use scrap wood to make some underbed storage, and we accomplished that with a little asterisk.
A little one.
So we'll explain that towards the end, but let's go ahead and get started. Recently, we had to clean out our scrap wood stash due to a water leak. Realizing some of this has been here for years was the motivation to try to use some of this in this project. The base will be cut from this piece that is an old deconstructed cabinet. We actually found the footage of deconstructing it, and that was back in 2017. We cut out 2 base pieces with our circular saw. My original plan was for these to be a little bit longer, but I decided to change them slightly to fit the dimension of the scrap we had. The rest of the wood I cut on our saw-stop table saw. I didn't have tall enough pieces for the sides, so I decided to glue some pieces together to make the sides the right height. Here we're gluing those sides and front pieces together and clamping them while they dry. Here are all the pieces cut and glued to size. All the fronts and one side are going to get covered in pallet wood, as these will be the only parts you see. This is all scrap pallet wood that we've had for years, and I laid out a design on the fronts, backs, and side of the piece. But we decided to scrap that idea and just buy faux pallet wood from the Home Depot. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in our What We Learned section at the end of this video. We took up the old wood and laid out the design with the new wood. Next, we glued and brad nailed the first box together. There were a few challenges, as the bottom wood was not perfectly straight and had some imperfections, but we made it work. You notice the sides are shorter than the front and back. This was by design, as these boxes will not be fully packed and the side height is not really important. To clamp the top, we used a ratchet tie-down strap. We brad nailed the sides and then assembled the second storage box. You'll notice this one has one side that's the same height as the front and back. I did this because this is the only side that will be seen and it will get covered with pallet wood. We started by randomly cutting the faux pallet wood into different lengths and attaching it with glue and brad nailing it to this side. Then we finished the fronts and back of each box. We used 2 boxes of the faux pallet wood with 5 planks left over. Next, we turned each box over and drilled a hole for a T-nut, which will allow us to screw the appliance casters into place. To give the wood more of a pallet look, we used upholstery tacks to mimic the look of nail heads. These are the tacks we used. This is before and this is after. This is purely for looks. To seal the bottom and give it a more uniform look, Mom painted the front and back with Olympic Elite Solid Stain. We still had some of this left over from our outdoor project a year ago, and this stuff works really well. Lastly, we added a handle to the front and back of the boxes to help move them easy in and out. And here they are in place. This is the side that's visible and the one which we added the pallet wood to. I quickly filled up the first one with a bunch of bags and travel supplies. I'm so happy to have these extra storage boxes because you know, you can never have too much storage. What we learned. So as you saw, I actually laid out all the pallet wood, free scrap wood that we've had for years actually, and I laid it out and I was like, Mom, come here. And I basically told her, I said, let's think through everything we have to do with pallet wood, because we've worked with it a lot. Because pallet wood is great, it's free, it looks good, it has a nice rustic feel, but it's August in Florida right now, and it is very, very hot. So I was realizing we're gonna have to first clean this wood, then we're gonna need to take out all the nails in the wood, then we're gonna need to sand it, then we're gonna need to stain it, then we're gonna need to really seal it well, because this is gonna be on the ground where my dogs can get to it, and I don't want them chewing up this wood, although they're not chewers, so it's not a huge issue.
We do know they were heat treated, but we don't know what was stored on those pallets.
Yeah.
So there might have been chemicals from whatever was stored on it. So.
And there's a lot. We'll put links to some information about pallets, because there's a lot to them. It seems like a fun, great product to work with, and it is, but there's a lot that you also need to know. So overall, we just decided, you know what? That's a lot of work that we don't want to do right now. So we decided to get fake pallet wood from Home Depot.
It actually wasn't very hard to convince me,
Yes.
because I do all the sanding, and it's like, it's too hot. I don't want to do that. It was a no-brainer to go and spend $70 and get some fake pallet wood.
Yeah, and we didn't even do anything to it. It was already finished. We didn't put any sealer on it. If the dogs do seem like they're going to chew at it, we might do something more to it, but I think we're probably fine for now.
And the other thing we learned, I made a big mistake, is if you're going to test something, you need to test it someplace where it's not going to be seen. So I'm not going to point it out, and don't you dare. Don't point it out.
Oh, it's right here. It's in the view. It's on the screen right now.
I had touched up the side of the wood, which worked perfectly, and then I decided to touch up this little part in front. And it wasn't a good idea, because now it looks like Sharpie. So what are you going to say? Besides, she's going to let me hear about it from now to forever.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
It's
It's under the bed. It all blends in. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it's fine.
And lastly, I wanted to mention, we actually use appliance casters on the bottom of these to make them move back and forth. And these are great options because they hold a lot of weight, because they're for appliances. And they're more inexpensive than regular casters, and they have a low profile. So we've used these a couple of times, and they're just great for different options. They're a good thing. So we'll put a link to those. We got these from Amazon, but there's a lot of different varieties out there as well.
Right.
So thanks for joining us. If you like this video, please give us a big thumbs up. And if you want to go even a step further, you can super thank us by giving us a donation. There, you'll find the button right there near the share button. So if you want to see more projects from us, be sure to visit us at motherdaughterprojects.com. And thanks. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.